Elon Musk threatens to back out of Twitter deal after repeated requests for data on bots and fake accounts. Elon Musk has threatened to walk away from his $44 billion $61 billion bid to buy Twitter, accusing the company of refusing to give him information about its spam bot and fake accounts. Key points: Elon Musk's lawyers sent Twitter a letter saying the company refused Mr. Musk's data requests. Twitter says it has and will continue to cooperatively share information with Mr. Musk. Twitter estimates less than 5% of accounts are fake. Mr. Musk contends that more than 20% are. Lawyers for the Tesla and SpaceX CEO made the threat in a letter to Twitter dated Monday, and Twitter disclosed it in a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The letter said Mr. Musk had repeatedly asked for the information since May 9, about a month after his offer to buy the company, so he could evaluate how many of the company's 229 million accounts are fake. Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal had said that Twitter had consistently estimated that less than 5% of its accounts were fake. But Mr. Musk has disputed that, contending in a May tweet that 20% or more were bogus. Shares of Twitter Inc. slid just under 3% on Monday, likely incensing Twitter shareholders who filed a suit against Mr. Musk late last month for deflating the price of the stock. Shares of Twitter are down 23% in the last month. Twitter said in a statement on Monday that it has and will continue to cooperatively share information with Mr. Musk to consummate the transaction in accordance with the terms of the merger agreement. We intend to close the transaction and enforce the merger agreement at the agreed price and terms, it added. Mr. Musk agreed to buy Twitter for $54.20 a share back in April. A number of Mr. Musk's actions since, including a public spat with Twitter's CEO about the fake accounts on Twitter, has led some experts to question whether the billionaire wants to go through with the deal, or at least lower his offer. Mr. Musk's lawyers said in the letter that Twitter had offered only to provide details about the company's testing methods. But they contended that was tantamount to refusing Mr. Musk's data requests, and constituted a material breach of the merger agreement that gave Mr. Musk the right to scrap the deal if he chose to. This is a clear material breach of Twitter's obligations under the merger agreement, and Mr. Musk reserves all rights resulting therefrom, including his right not to consummate the transaction and his right to terminate the merger agreement. The letter said, Mr. Musk wanted underlying data to do his own verification of what he said were Twitter Slack's methodologies. The Twitter sale agreement does allow Mr. Musk to get out of the deal if there is a material adverse effect caused by the company. It defined that as a change that negatively affected Twitter's business or financial conditions. Twitter said all along that it was proceeding with the deal, although it had not scheduled a shareholder vote on it. $1 billion breakup fee. Last month, Mr. Musk said that he unilaterally placed the deal on hold, which experts said he could not do. If he does walk away, he could be on the hook for a $1 billion breakup fee. Mr. Musk's latest maneuver showed how he is looking for a way out of the deal or something that will get leverage for a renegotiation of the price, said Brian Quinn, a law professor at Boston College. But Dr. Quinn said it was unlikely to hold up in court since he had already waived his ability to ask for more due diligence. I doubt he would be allowed to walk away, Dr. Quinn said. At some point, the board of Twitter will tire of this and file a suit, asking a judge to force Musk to stick to the deal. Twitter has disclosed its bot estimates to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for years, while also cautioning that its estimate might be too low. If Twitter is confident in its publicized spam estimates, Mr. Musk does not understand the company's reluctance to allow Mr. Musk to independently evaluate those estimates. The letter said, adding that he agreed not to disclose or keep the data. A long-time fixation. The bot problem is a long-time fixation for Mr. Musk, one of Twitter's most active celebrity users, whose name and likeness are often mimicked by fake accounts promoting cryptocurrency scams. Musk appears to think such bots are also a problem for most other Twitter users, as well as advertisers who take out ads on the platform based on how many real people they expect to reach. Musk appears to think such bots are also a problem for most other Twitter users, as well as advertisers who take out ads on the platform based on how many real people they expect to reach. Who's funding Elon Musk's Twitter takeover? The Tesla CEO announces he's putting more of his own money into purchasing the social media giant, but he's not alone in footing the mammoth bill. Here's who else is helping fund his takeover. Elon Musk looks down at his smartphone. Read more. The letter signed by Mr. Musk's lawyer, Mike Ringler, pointed to a spat over a June 1 letter from Twitter in which the company said it only had to give information related to closing the sale. It said Twitter was obligated to provide data for any reasonable business purpose needed to complete the deal. Twitter also has to cooperate with Mr. Musk's effort to get the financing for the deal, including providing information that's reasonably requested by Mr. Musk, the letter stated. The letter contended that Mr. Musk was not required to explain his rationale for requesting data or submit to new conditions the company has attempted to impose on his right to get the numbers. It alleged that Mr. Musk was entitled to the data about the core of Twitter's business model so he could prepare the transition to his ownership.